It's a high seas cruise that will blow your mind.
Well, you've never seen anything like it before, have you?
Okay, delay!
On a modern-day tall ship that's a blast from the past.
It's a freedom like 100 years ago.
While Royal Clipper takes on the wind.
Okay, let's pull the sail in first, guys. For us, it's a hell job, let's say.
Oscar, all good?
A high-wire challenge tests the crew. And 2 missing passengers get a big surprise.
We're leaving without them.
Royal Clipper is the largest sailing cruise ship in the world.
Lower top gallant.
In every sense, this is a tall ship. 4 decks high with 5 masts that soar 58 meters in the air. So its 42 sails can catch the slightest breeze and carry this ship to an amazing 17 knots, or 31 kilometers per hour, on sail power alone.
Bosun Bridge, pushed by the wind to the speed of 16, 17 knots. It is really impressive. Midship.
Captain Bruno Barovka has been commanding tall ships for 14 years. But he first dreamed about it when he was an 8-year-old schoolboy.
Okay, bosun, now. Just to be the happiest man amongst of all seafarers. So you really do what you always like to do and love to do.
Royal Clipper is tied up at the pier in Civitavecchia. That's the port city for Rome, Italy, which is about an hour's drive away. It's departure day for a 12-day voyage that will cover 2,200 kilometers. First, the tall ship will head south in the Mediterranean, with stops in the Pontine Islands, Sorrento, and the Sicilian town of Taormina. Then Royal Clipper will head east to Corfu in Greece, north into the Adriatic Sea, visiting Montenegro, Croatia, and Slovenia, before wrapping up the cruise in Venice.
Chef,
Yes,
how much time do you need to get the staff on board?
approximately until 3 o'clock.
It's labor-intensive to load goods on this ship.
Okay, let's get it up. Let's get it up.
We are pretty technically advanced, but some of the procedure, like loading, we do like the sailing ships in the 19th century.
Okay, up.
Royal Clipper was built in the year 2000 to plans that honor the grand old clipper ships of the late 1800s.
Coming up.
And that means the loading procedure also replicates the old days.
Next one, one more.
The winch runs on electricity, but everything else is hauled on board with ropes using a pulley system.
Okay, going down.
On Royal Clipper, it's all about preserving and celebrating the traditional seagoing ways.
Okay.
You see that the 2 cargo folds are rigged to the yardam, to the forecourse yard, and the other one on the midship. So it's as it used to be.
More.
Down on the pier, hotel manager Anita Rollin is rushing to stock the ship's refrigerators.
If something is going wrong with the food, then I have a big problem.
That's why Anita and Chef Rodolfo Soledad slice and taste their way through the provisions coming on board.
Can you open one? I want to see the juice. Food is very, very important. If the food is not okay, then the whole cruise is not okay.
Very good.
Every little detail of the passenger experience gets the once-over. It starts with the cabins. Nothing escapes Anita's sharp eyes.
Champagne is here. Fridge is refilled.
Prices start at $1,800 per passenger for inside cabins
Okay, very good.
and run up to $4,600 for this owner's suite, with its own lounge, private stairway, and a separate master bedroom and whirlpool bath.
Okay, Good.
It's 10 minutes to embarkation, and the old-fashioned ways continue as sailors form a relay to hand-load baggage.
Bar, you are ready? Cocktails are getting ready.
Anita checks off the last-minute must-dos.
Before we start embarkation, I'm always nervous that everything is perfect.
And if it isn't,
Then we have to improvise. Musician ready? Spa girls ready? Towels? Okay.
it's time to roll.
Cruise director to hotel manager. Let's start embarkation.
There's room for a maximum 227 passengers on each voyage,
Hello, welcome aboard.
and they share the experience with a crew of 110. It's love at first sight.
Welcome aboard.
Fab. Absolutely fabulous. It's lovely.
It's got sails and not just an ordinary boat. It's more spectacular. It's just like an adventure.
The wow factor of the ship's interior is the grand atrium, unique to this tall ship. The atrium stretches 3 decks high through the center of the ship, topped by a glass-bottom swimming pool that's the centerpiece of the sun deck. Just off the bow, daring guests will choose to recline over the water in the widow's net and stare up at the sails. Others will head to Royal Clipper's outside bridge to watch as the captain and his crew guide the ship.
Bridge on the aft, one stern line remaining.
Okay, let go everything aft, let go headline.
Copy, Captain, let go headline.
At 9:45 p.m., the crew of Royal Clipper kick off departure.
Okay. Starboard 10.
Starboard 10.
And steady as she goes.
The first sails to go up are the stay sails, strung out between the fore and aft masts. Then the jib sails at the front over the bowsprit, followed by the square sails. A crowd of passengers gathers on deck to experience the first thrilling moments when the sails are unfurled.
It's unique in all the world. I feel it's a step back into the 19th century.
The wonder of life, adventure, everything's ahead of you when you're on a sailing ship. And you can leave everything behind you and escape to a life of excitement.
It's really awesome.
Port 5.
It's 8:30 in the morning on day 2 of the voyage, and Royal Clipper has traveled 160 kilometers from Civitavecchia. Sails are up, but unfortunately there's not much wind to speak of, and the vessel is propelled mostly by its 2 diesel engines. The tall ship is arriving at the island of Ponza, the first of 2 quick stops today in the group of islands known as the Pontines.
Okay, we are ready to go down.
Okay, I'm lowering. Ready?
The ship's 2 tender boats are lowered under the watchful eye of Chief Officer Dominique Rollin.
Especially in rough weather, when you just unhook the tenders, it's a very delicate operation with needs really perfect timing.
Today, though, is almost perfect weather with a calm sea as passengers head to town. They've got 4 hours to wander the quaint streets of Ponza. By 5 minutes to 3, all the passengers have returned to Royal Clipper.
Did you copy?
Yes.
Okay, cabin 120.
Except for 2 women who have gone AWOL.
Still missing.
Please, if you're on board, just kindly proceed to the gangway.
Cruise director Monio Salvati is hoping that the missing guests have somehow slipped back unannounced.
We must be sure that everybody is on board before departure.
Okay, and give us a call as soon as you will find them.
There's a limit to the captain's patience. They should have been back half an hour ago.
We can't wait forever because we still have 150 guests on board, and somehow we have to bring them to the next destination.
It's time to haul anchor.
Yes, at the moment we are leaving without them towards next destination, Palmarola. We have to go.
For those missing guests, the voyage may be over when it's only just begun. It's nearly 8 p.m. on day 2 of tall ship Royal Clipper's voyage, and the ship is paying a very brief visit to Palmarola. This deserted island lies just 10 kilometers from the town of Ponza. That's where the ship stopped earlier in the day, and 2 passengers went missing after a trip ashore. Royal Clipper was forced to sail away without them. 5 hours later, the vessel's shore agent has tracked down the guests who went astray. Captain Borovka is able to turn his ship back a few kilometers so a Zodiac can retrieve them. This would never happen on a traditional cruise ship. Cruise director Monia Salvati is furious at the trouble they've caused.
Good evening. Good evening. So we're standing by many hours waiting for you to come back? Could you tell me what happened?
We literally thought we got there and it was gone.
Okay, let's discuss tomorrow. Welcome back.
Life on deck, Captain.
Day 3 of the journey finds the ship's bosun, Nike Ragaba, guiding the anchor out.
It is up and down.
It's 70 meters deep here, so if the chain isn't played out carefully, the anchor could be lost.
Okay, now I feel...
Anchor touching the seabed, Captain.
Yeah, that is the moment.
This stop is at the harbor of Sorrento. It's on the mainland of Italy, and passengers also have the option here of traveling to the famed resort of Capri. A local tourist boat whisks them there. Capri's limestone buildings, graceful piazzas, and intimate grottos are a magnet for high-end tourism. And there's a distinct upside to being a passenger from a smaller cruise ship.
You get to really enjoy the culture of each of the stops without thousands of other passengers disembarking at the same time.
While the guests digest the scenery, back on Royal Clipper, ship's rigger Oscar Guevara suits up for a challenging high-wire act. He's going to climb the rigging for a scheduled inspection of a bearing for the motor that unrolls the square sails.
If we don't do this maintenance, we can break the bars or damage the sails.
It takes a tough, nimble sailor with a gymnast's grace to pull off this gig. Oscar calls on those skills every time he clambers his way up through the rigging. Today, he's balancing way out on the yardarm.
Oscar, all good?
Right now I need to open the cover to see how is the condition of the bearing. Then probably I will have to take it down.
The noonday sun crawls across the yardarm, while Oscar struggles to unscrew the bearing, from 25 meters up and lower it to the deck below.
Andrew! Hey! So?
Good thing he did the inspection. The bearing is full of rust.
This part which has to be moving freely can stuck. And if this is stuck, we're gonna have a problem with the bar. The main bar which is taking out the sail. And if we break the bar, believe me, it's a hard time for us. It's a hell job, let's say.
The bearing is going to get an overhaul and greasing, so the mechanism moves properly.
Take it to the engine room.
Just before 6 p.m., the passengers are back on board.
Excuse me, we need all the ladies to set the sail.
Captain Borovka is on the hunt for some willing hands on deck.
It's quite a big sail, we need a little bit more.
It's time to give his guests a little taste of seafaring life.
All together. Hey, ho, hey, ho. A little bit longer. Ho, hey, the vapa, ho.
This degree of hands-on and personal contact is a big selling feature for Royal Clipper.
One more time. Hey. Okay, that's it. Show me your hands. Hands up. Okay, thank you. That it's something what you will not experience on any other ship.
While the passengers relax after their day ashore, in the galley, dinner preparations are already underway. Chef Rodolfo Soledad oversees a dozen cooks.
Produce everything. It says that good heart comes from the good stomach.
The cooks on Royal Clipper put in 10-hour days to keep heads and hearts happy. And there's one extra challenge to working on a tall ship.
When we are sailing, sometimes the ship is listing and we are working here. And we are working here and it's so difficult.
The waiters get a real workout on this vessel. They've got to walk up a flight of stairs to deliver each and every order.
I just repeat one special, no pasta please.
On the menu tonight, a shrimp appetizer with banana salad, pumpkin soup, linguine, and main course selections of entrecote, veal, saltimbocca, or swordfish.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to invite everybody on the open decks.
Royal Clipper is about to enter the Strait of Messina. It's the narrow passage between the mainland of southern Italy and the island of Sicily. The ship must sail through it to arrive at the port of Taormina. It's only 3 kilometers across and tricky to navigate, with opposing currents and many ferries and small boats plying the strait.
We are not happy when we see the local fishing boats.
These peculiar-looking vessels are on the hunt for swordfish. The skipper is actually up in the mast, operating the boat by remote control, while his fishing partner hunts the prey from a very long bowsprit at the front.
The fishermen sometimes they may be unpredictable.
Good thing the wind is down, so the ship is still running on some engine power. If the captain has to make a quick, defensive move, he can't depend on the sails alone. The helmsman goes on hand steering, while the captain gets a better vantage point from the outside bridge.
Okay, bosun, just advise the guests that we're gonna give a horn for the boats that crowd ahead of us.
Okay, copy.
The captain and his crew are on high alert in the narrow strait.
Any captain's duty, any officer on the bridge duty to avoid the collision situation.
And right now, there's a hazard on the water. With just meters separating them, this one fishing boat is getting way too close for comfort. Royal Clipper has managed to avoid a fishing boat that was darting in its path and is now anchored in the harbor at Taormina, Sicily. One of the smaller ships from Clipper's fleet is also anchored nearby.
Hello.
Hotel manager Anita Rollin gets on top of the day ahead with cruise director Monia Salvati.
How many you have for excursion today?
We have in total 51 people.
Okay.
So no problem for lunch, no problem for coming back, and they will be all on the first tender.
While just a third of the guests explore Sicily, the rest of them are happy to stay on board and play at sailor's work.
Phenomenal views. Such a great spot to be in because you can see both Italy and Sicily at the same time. I feel like the guy that they send all the way up to the top to change out the light bulbs and things like that, but that was good enough for me.
After they get a toehold like this, it's no wonder that 2/3 of passengers sign up for another tall ship cruise. It's now day 5 of the voyage. Royal Clipper will be at sea for the entire day. It's leaving Italy behind, crossing the 500 kilometers from Sicily to the Greek island of Corfu. There's a tough choice for passengers. Soak in the sun or be pampered in the luxury spa. For the crew, it's a day to battle the elements. The wind is gusting up to 30 knots or 50 kilometers per hour.
The wind tells us that it's a high time to bring the sails back.
The sailors have to trim the sails, pull them in tighter so they don't flap in the wind.
Okay, let's pull the sail in first, guys.
The wind is so strong that it's already torn one of the sails. It's the very front sail, called the flying jib. Out above the bowsprit, the riggers struggle to bring it down for a repair.
We hurry to get the sails as soon as possible down before the wind will make more damage.
We have to dismantle everything, all the ropes, all the connections.
The bosun, Nike Ragaba, is in charge here. Anything that happens on deck or in the rigging is his responsibility.
Whenever it's a strong wind, we have to be ready all the time because it can rip off any time.
Since the repair to the flying jib will be done on the sun deck, the passengers have ringside seats. The first step is for rigger Oscar Guevara to burn the frayed edges.
This is a hot knife.
He's had a lot of experience.
And what we're doing exactly is sealing the sail.
The Dacron canvas has been ripped many times in the teeth of the wind.
The seam is very much exposed onto the shaving, and the shaving is the biggest enemy on board of a ship, not only the sails but also the line.
Now Oscar is going to cut and glue a patch to cover the 5-meter-long tear. Then, Oscar guides the material through an industrial sewing machine. It's going to take a full 24 hours to fix the rip. Luckily, the ship can still navigate when it's down just this one sail. Late in the afternoon, the wind changes course in Royal Clipper's favor. After 5 days at sea, the captain decides he's going to shut down the engines. It's time to sail on wind power alone.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Stand by square sails. Coming out.
Chief Officer Dominique Rollin calls out the order.
Okay, belay.
First to be opened, the square sails. They seize the wind to push the ship forward.
Coming out!
The sails need a tender hand.
If they pull too hard, they might break the furling bar, and then we are in deep trouble.
Now that all the sails are set, it's time to cut Royal Clipper free.
Chief officer speaking. Can we please stop the engine and go on feathering control?
Royal Clipper is equipped with a 4-bladed propeller that can be feathered. That means that when the engine is stopped, the blades are positioned so they're streamlined, reducing drag. This is always a tricky moment. In the transition between engine shutdown and sail power alone, there are a few seconds of almost no propulsion, and the bow naturally turns into the wind.
So that is one of the most dangerous moment for the fully square rig ship, uncontrolled.
If the captain doesn't stay on high alert and a strong gust hits the sail, it could snap off, bringing down a mast.
We don't need such excitement.
But the captain remains in complete control, and his timing is perfect. Royal Clipper is now running on wind power alone.
I've been waiting for this ship to be fully sailing for the whole trip, and it seems to be happening right now. Lovely. It's brilliant.
Captain Borovka is in his happy zone, commander of an historic tradition.
The most enjoyable time when we can turn off the engine and sail down the wind.
It's an experience he sorely missed for the 2 years he spent on the bridge of a conventional cruise ship.
When I came on the other cruise ship, I could not find myself. I would never go back to any other ship.
Day 6 of the journey finds Royal Clipper tied up at the dock on the island of Corfu, Greece. Corfu's rich history was heavily influenced by Venetian rule that began in 1386 and lasted more than 4 centuries. The passengers don't need any convincing to head out for a tour.
Was always an important stop for all type of passengers, from ancient time until now.
I think it's wonderful, wonderful. The history's great. It's just beautiful, really beautiful.
Corfu is also a hit with travelers who want to soak up some rays along with the culture. And for those who don't go ashore, the ship offers up a different dose of fun and sun. A hydraulic system opens the back of the ship to create a swimming deck. But when it's time to leave Corfu later in the afternoon,
They are not in the cabin.
once again, some passengers are missing in action.
This cruise is strange. Sometimes everybody's punctual, and this cruise is already the second time, you know.
And this time, if Royal Clipper leaves without them, there will be no turning back.
Did you see it? With the child?
Royal Clipper is about to leave Corfu.
Messieurs, dames, c'était 15h30. Ouais.
But one family is 15 minutes late. They've made embarkation with only moments to spare.
Finally, the last ones.
Welcome back. Welcome. What we want is that people enjoy till the last minute, but the last minute they must be back on board.
On departure, Captain Borovka takes advantage of the wind to back his tall ship out of the berth.
Now we are swinging inside the harbor and setting the 4 staysail, which help us to swing the bow off the wind.
And when the rest of the staysails are also set, they allow the ship to tack. That is, move from side to side when the ship needs to travel into the wind. Royal Clipper is on the move to the next destination. It's the port of Kotor, Montenegro, 370 kilometers away. The ship will travel through the night to get there. On the 8th day of the voyage, Royal Clipper is just outside the entrance to Kotor.
Excuse me. 2 minutes, you just can stay in the middle. We are taking the sail up, so these ropes will be going around for 2 minutes.
That torn jib sail is finally mended and ready to be raised.
Okay, stand by, lower topsail.
With sails up, Royal Clipper glides into the narrow passageway leading to the Bay of Kotor.
Lower topsail.
Starboard 5.
This is the only fjord in the Mediterranean, and actually the sights are tremendously beautiful and really attractive for the guests.
Because this entry spans just 340 meters at its tightest point, a local pilot boards to help guide the ship through the entry.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome aboard. Very good.
The two mariners will stick to a careful strategy.
Go in the middle.
As Royal Clipper passes a 12th century island monastery, there's a time-honored exchange of greetings.
Look around. It's one of my favorite destinations. I like them all, but I must say this is the very unique and I think a highlight of this cruise.
Absolutely beautiful. And when he was sounding the horn and it was echoing around, no, it's lovely.
Well, it's what we came for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once the anchor's down, most of the sails are brought in. Time for rigger Oscar Guevara to reinstall that bearing he removed way back in Capri.
All right.
The rust has been removed and the gaskets were tightened and greased, so the bearing doesn't stick anymore. Reinstalling should be more than a one-man job. But Oscar thinks he can pull it off on his own.
We need to put the bearing on the same position of the bar.
There's a long bar which Oscar has to line up perfectly to slide inside the motor and couple the bearing.
Well, we will see. It's quite tricky to do it.
It's a struggle. The bar just won't line up. After half an hour, the blazing sun takes its toll. Oscar has to admit defeat, for now. Over in the town of Kotor, passengers have had a good half day to enjoy the scenery. But they're eager to get back to Royal Clipper.
Everybody looks at you when you're on this ship in awe. They just, oh wow, and they all really want to take photographs of it because, well, you've never seen anything like it before, have you?
Royal Clipper is now cruising up the Dalmatian coast toward an eventual stop in Rovinj, Croatia. This is the heart of the tall ship adventure, flying down the wind on sails alone. Sailors look to the compass, the sails, and the horizon to determine their steering. And today, one lucky guest gets his hands on the wheel.
When we are open sea, our guest made the experience not only the pulling the line and setting the sails, also taking a wheel and steer the ship.
My boat's only 33 foot long and this is something like 430 foot long, so a bit of a difference.
Later in the day, Oscar heads back up into the rigging. It's his last chance to install that bearing. Oscar is working to a strict deadline. While he's up there, the captain has to turn off the radar since it gives off deadly radiation.
Down! Andre, down!
But the radar has to go back on whenever there's a notable change in course. So this time, Oscar can't fail. He calls for backup from sailor Andrei Dehisov. It takes them nearly an hour, but the second time is the charm. The completion is spot on. Royal Clipper is heading to the next stop, and it's time to power up the radar. Royal Clipper is sailing into Rovinj, Croatia, on day 10 of its cruise.
Morning, everyone.
This port is going to be a busy one for all of the crew.
The leech is broken for the upper top sail.
With only 2 days left in the voyage, there's a boatload of chores to be completed. There's another torn sail to be patched up. This time around, it has to be done up in the rigging.
Can you please come with Kajetan in the dining room?
Meanwhile, in the atrium area, hotel manager Anita Rollin has called in the carpenters to fix a trip hazard.
It's again the turn of changing the carpet. All the joints are coming up.
This is the high-traffic buffet area. Anita doesn't want guests catching their heels when they're carrying a full plate.
We start here with the atrium, yeah? And on the next possibility, we are making the first steps here on the side.
They'll have to hustle.
I want to have it fixed by the dinner time.
That's because tonight is the captain's formal dinner, a dress-up affair. Passengers have been looking forward to it the entire cruise. It's a big deal for the kitchen.
Very, very special. This is the best menu in the cruise.
At 1 o'clock, Anita heads into Rovinj to pick up supplies for the carpenters.
If I would not go today, it would not get done today because the others are all very busy.
She's on a mission.
Can you get me to the hardware store? Yeah. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. This is not exactly 4 centimeters, but this is better than nothing.
Mission accomplished. Back on the ship,
Hello.
Anita wastes no time.
Kajetan. Is this the correct hinges?
Get the right hinges, yeah?
Yes?
Yeah.
So, you have still 1.5 hours?
No problem. We will finish it.
Okay.
Today, the one guy who is not rushing is Oscar. Safety is top of his mind as he prepares to mend a sail while he hangs from the boom.
We are all by ourselves. We take care of ourselves because nobody else will do for us.
A row of stitching has come undone. First off, Oscar sprays glue on the sail so it will hold while he's sewing. Then he has to punch thin holes through the material.
I have only one needle with me. If I drop the needle, and then I will be on trouble. Easy. Up.
Below him on deck, the bosun and his team are performing maintenance on one of these essential power winches. It's corroded from sea spray.
You can see it here, a live example of what the salt water is doing to all this rust coming up.
That seawater affects Royal Clipper more than a conventional cruise ship, drying out ropes and eating through exposed metal.
The salt water is the biggest enemy for a bosun.
Up above, Oscar's high wire act is coming to a close. With a final spritz of glue to back up his stitching, he's done. It's 8 p.m., but the working day isn't finished for the crew of Royal Clipper.
Good evening, sir.
The much-anticipated captain's dinner is a fancy affair. Now that the carpet is fixed, Anita can breathe easy. None of the well-heeled guests will be tripping.
Let's continue the lap, sir. Huh?
The heat's on high for the galley crew. Most of the guests turn up right at the beginning.
It will be tricky for the galley, yeah, because the main courses are going out all in the same time. This is a lot of pressure which the galley has. Also the waiters. This has to be all very fast. Hello, good evening.
Because when you started to get delay in the service, this is a chain reaction and everything will be slow.
But tonight, the entire hotel staff pulls it off without a hitch. The captain stands for a few final words.
For many of you on board here, it has been the first experience sailing on the tall ship, and I hope it has been adventure you will never forget.
And the voyage isn't over yet. There are still a few final sights to wow the passengers. Royal Clipper is at anchor off Piran, Slovenia. This town is situated on a thin peninsula that juts into the Adriatic Sea, just 4 hours away from Venice, the vessel's final destination. Passengers squeeze the final moments out of their experience, chilling out one last time. Some of the guests do opt for a stroll around the town of Piran to explore the Venetian Gothic architecture. But their shipboard adventures are still top of mind.
We always look forward to getting back on the ship.
Yes. Always.
What a great place to be.
We don't want to go home yet.
No, it's too early.
It's too early.
There's no other way to travel that is anything like it. And I've been on big cruise lines and there are just so many people. But this tall ship is just beautiful, the way it just glides along the water and rocks you to sleep. It's just beautiful.
Back on board Royal Clipper, that rusty winch is returned to service. The last-minute fix is spot on. It's nearly time to set sail for Venice. At departure, the sailors put on their dress whites and fan out on the bowsprit, standing tall to pose for the passengers' cameras. This moment is more than a photo op. It's a chance for the entire crew to share the pride they feel in working on this unique vessel.
It's a very different environment compared to the big cruise liners. Okay, Glenn, ready? Up. When you are working and people look at you, you feel yourself like you are doing something special, which they cannot find on other normal cruise ships.
Yeah, you can make the music back, huh? The flair on board, the atmosphere on board, the personal contact between crew and passenger guests. This is what it makes special. It's not an easy job, it's challenging, but I love it.
At the end of their journey, there's one final visual to store in the passengers' memory banks. A sail down Venice's Grand Canal.
Nice, huh?
Captain Borovka reflects on the voyage behind him as Royal Clipper glides toward its final berth.
Midship.
Every moment when we set the sails, you feel the excitement, the emotion, but it's something that's difficult to describe. You simply love it.
On Royal Clipper, adventure is always written on the wind.